Oklahoma Senator-elect, member of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, Mark Wayne Mullen. Senator-elect, good to see you this morning. Thanks very much. What is your reaction to the data we got and your thoughts on the energy space in 2023? Are we finally going to get some movement on permitting? Will we get some movement on tapping into the rich resources of America?
Well, Maria, thanks for having me on. And I would hope that we would be able to increase permits, but that isn't the style that Joe Biden's administration is going down. Instead, they're going to Venezuela and asking them to produce more rather than asking our independent producers here inside the United States, especially in Oklahoma and Texas, to do it. And when you start looking at the GDP, great, we're excited that the GDP hit higher expectations, but also that plays into several factors that people aren't going to talk about. One, look at the inflation rate, and then two, we had a tremendous amount of backlog of goods that didn't sell in the third quarter that are being sold in the fourth quarter because the supply chain has slowly caught up. And so that number, you got to factor it in for an average over the whole year because of our tremendous backlog and the supply chain issues we've been having, which Buttigieg obviously has just ignored and not paid attention to.
Well, I mean, look, we've been talking about Buttigieg for weeks now. He was MIA during the supply chain crisis earlier this year, and then he was MIA during the negotiations with the rail companies. But now you've got 21 Republican senators backing this spending bill, this Omnibus huge spending package, even though we're at 40-year high inflation. It includes $750,000 earmarked for a Los Angeles-based transgender Latina group that wants to dismantle the criminal justice system and inject transgender history and discourse into elementary schools. Senator-elect, your thoughts?
Well, you start looking at what's happening in the House right now. Nancy Pelosi's lost the gavel. The Democrats are going out the door, and they're putting everything, including their wish list, and $750,000 for San Francisco to get worse because that's where Nancy Pelosi represents. There is no reason why any Republican should be supporting this. We need to be setting back and saying, hey, look, the American people said we don't like the direction the country is going. They put Republicans in charge and retired Nancy Pelosi. That's where we should be headed. We shouldn't be trying to fund the government on their way out. We should do, and I'm not a big CR person, but in this case, we need to. We need to do a short-term CR probably till February and allow the Republicans to take control and put the funding levels where they need to be, not setting the top line again. And keep in mind, too, when we set the funding levels at this rate, then that means all government agencies get a bump up and raise, and that's a new top line. So then when Kevin McCarthy becomes Speaker and he has to do funding for FY24, he has to cut that. And so the government agencies are going to say that they're taking a cut when actually they're not. They're just having an adjustment from this ridiculous top line that that Nancy Pelosi is setting. So we have to be very careful here. And the 21 Republicans that are supporting this, they know it. So I don't know why any Republican would be supporting this, period.
Well, I don't understand also the money allocated to the FBI. They're completely ignoring the collusion that has been exposed.
Yes.
This bill gives $11 billion to the FBI, and the FBI is claiming that they did not tell Twitter to censor the Hunter Biden laptop evidence of influence peddling. The FBI also downplaying the nearly $3.5 million payments that they made to Twitter, saying that it was reimbursement for reasonable costs and expenses associated with legal issues. Have you ever heard of anything like this, where the FBI, America's most important, or arguably one of America's most important intelligence agencies, paying media companies and then telling them what to censor? Twitter admitted to paying, the FBI admitted to paying Twitter, and they say that Twitter wasn't the only company that they paid. So they're admitting to paying other social media companies for similar services.
Well, Maria, I sit on the House Intelligence Committee, and there is a little bit of history to where we have relationships with media outlets, but not in this manner, not to censor free speech, not to censor them, not to go out and tell them what to say and what to pull down. What we've seen by the FBI is complete reckless behavior. There's two separate FBI groups, and I want to put this out there. Your guys in the field that are field agents, they are phenomenal. They do a great job. But then you have the 7th floor of the Hoover Hoover building, which is the FBI too, which are making these decisions. Those individuals need to be fired, and the FBI has to be completely revamped. The trust of the American people is lost on the FBI. You go all the way back to the Russian collusion, to the way they targeted Trump from the get-go. Keep in mind, they also bugged his office during the campaign. This has been a behavior that has been absolutely uncalled for and unjustified, even going back to the raid in Mar-a-Lago with the FBI. And so the FBI has to be completely restructured. And for us to give them $11 million at this time for additional funding, keep in mind for additional funding, is absolutely absurd. There isn't a Republican around that believes that it's a good idea. And I think the Democrats, honestly, are a little afraid of that, too. And they will tell you that they are concerned the way the FBI could be used and weaponized against them, because they can be weaponized against the former president of the United States, President Trump. They can be weaponized against each and every one of us.
But are they going to get fired? Is Christopher Wray going to step down in 2023? Or are we going to see the same group of actors, bad actors, rejuvenate themselves in another position? Last I checked, John Brennan still has security clearance, right? 51 spies who lied about the Hunter Biden laptop and the evidence on it are still walking around. Everything is fine. You've got the FBI leadership pretty much in place.
Well, Maria, keep in mind, that's because we've had one party, one rule, the Democrats, and the FBI has been in their pockets. Speaker-elect Kevin McCarthy isn't going to allow that to happen. He's been very clear that we are going to have accountability towards these agencies, towards all these agencies that the Democrats have ignored. And I feel very positive that we're going to be going after Director Wray. I have sat in many briefings with Director Wray, and every time I literally do an eye roll, because he is the most political individual you've seen. He's not in law enforcement. He's about making political decisions and not trying to get into the weeds of and jeopardizing hurting someone that's one of his pals on the Democrat side. So I honestly believe, without question, there's going to be a tremendous amount of accountability held, and you're going to see people leaving these agencies that know they have no more cover from the Democrat Party. All
right, and just to be clear, the FBI earmarked $11 billion in the Omnibus package. Senator-elect Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen, good to see you this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me on.